Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're doing something a little different. We're looking at product documentation for the NTI E-2D-PoE Small Enterprise Environment Monitoring System.
Right.
Our goal here is to really understand how these modern systems have made environmental control, not just a luxury, but a real necessity for even small setups.
Exactly. We're talking about a small box that's designed to prevent total catastrophe in a server room. Think temperature spikes, humidity, it's a simple water leak.
All the nightmare scenarios.
Yeah. But the real insight here is that this isn't just a thermometer you plug into the wall. It's more like a bodyguard for your whole IT setup, packing enterprise-level control into something affordable.
Okay, let's get into that. So the system has to first see the problem. How does it do that?
Well, the core unit monitors everything over IP. It supports 2 external sensors you can configure, plus 5 digital inputs.
And those digital inputs, they're for things like basic contact closure, right?
That's your $5 water detector, or say the magnetic switch on a server cabinet door.
Yeah.
Simple but effective.
So once it sees a problem, what happens? The alerts must be key.
This is where it gets really clever. The alerts are instant, and they're multi-layered. If your network operations center needs an automated report, it can send out SNMP traps.
Okay.
But if your facilities manager just needs a heads up on their phone, it can do that too. It can send an email that gets converted to SMS, or even, and this is surprising, make a voice call.
A voice call. Wow. But you don't want it just spamming people with nuisance alerts.
And it doesn't. That's the Smart Alerts feature. You can combine up to 50 different events into, I think, 20 different custom alerts.
Ah, so it's contextual.
Exactly. It's the difference between getting 50 crying wolf notifications and just one actionable message. You can set it to distinguish between temperature is slightly high and the really critical combo of temperature is critical and the server room door has been left open.
Okay, so it sees, it thinks, but the real power, it seems, is its ability to act. It's not just passive.
That's the next level. It has an output relay for controlling other devices.
What does that mean in practice?
It means it could be triggered by an alarm to, say, turn on an external fan. But what's more interesting is that it supports SNMP SE commands.
Which is huge for automation.
It is.
Yeah.
It means your own scripts can tell it to power cycle a stuck network switch or shut down non-essential equipment. You don't need a human clicking buttons in a web UI.
And that control extends to the network itself, right? I saw it acts like a watchdog.
A true IT watchdog. It's constantly pinging up to 64 different IP devices on your network.
64. That's quite a few.
It is. And if a server or a router stops responding, you get an alert immediately. It's checking the health of your devices and the health of the room they're in.
Does it work with other tools?
Yeah, it integrates beautifully. It can talk to open source systems like Nagios, and it can even work with IP cameras. It can trigger a snapshot the moment an alarm goes off.
So you can see what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if things get really bad, it can send SSH commands to gracefully shut down a server before the heat, permanently damages it.
Okay, this all sounds great, but if this one little box is protecting everything, what happens if it fails? What's the resilience like?
It's baked right in. The system supports dual redundant DC power supplies.
So 2 power inputs.
Right, and if the main one fails, it just automatically switches over to power over Ethernet if you have that set up. There's no interruption.
And I saw there's an optional battery.
Yeah, an internal lithium battery. It provides backup for 2 hours and sends an alert when the main power fails and another one when it comes back on. It's designed for continuity.
That brings up security. With this much control, it has to be a target. Why does it need something complex like XOAU H2 for email?
Because it is a high-value target. If someone compromises this device, they can shut down your entire infrastructure. That's why the security stack is pretty hardened.
So more than just a password.
Much more. You get HTTPS, SSH, AES 256-bit encryption. But the XOUD's2 support is crucial. Modern services like Gmail require it for secure authentication now. This isn't some cheap, unsecured gadget.
So at the end of the day, what's the big takeaway for you? It seems like we've seen this small box pack in enterprise-level control, redundancy, and security into a tiny little package.
Right. And it forces a really critical conversation about modularity. The documentation mentions you can cascade up to 4 of these units together, with one as the master.
Okay.
So that raises a provocative question for you to think about. How does this kind of modular build-as-you-go approach fundamentally change the cost and the scalability of monitoring your environment, especially when you compare it to those legacy systems that made you buy a huge, oversized solution for every new server rack? That's something to really consider.